a very talented 18-year-old that has a very bright future. So I think it's kind of like when I look at him, it's just getting reps on HLTV. Amusingly enough, they also have Stickle, the coach, who was also with them for some of the time in B&E before Devil Walk. Stickle's like an extremely talented and experienced coach, but has fallen under a similar path of Mix that, you know, he has a good time on Sangao, and then he goes to Aimer Club, and then he's back on Mix, and it just feels like the kind of ex-BNE players, like, I don't know, that they're not. What happened? But they are playing quite well, and they won both their games in the main Swiss. In the group stage, they beat Copenhagen Wolves and Amcal. Those are pretty good wins. Now, let's take a look at Arcred, because this is the more refined team, more established. You've got Ryujin, previously touted as an up-and-coming talent. He is cooling the squad. It's actually very exciting to see how he's developed in his career, but is also still able to perform pretty prolifically. Alongside him, you have a very kind of high power trio of Rajin and RedZ, and that was very apparent in the CCT quarterfinal run in Series 5, where both Rajin and RedZ had a plus 1.10 HLTV rating. And, you know, that's against some genuinely really good opponents, you know, like Tricked, 500, Ents. Like, those are some really impressive wins to be getting. So Arcred currently are in good form. They haven't really wowed me ever, but a tournament run like that is exactly kind of how you start moving in a positive direction forwards. Like, I know back in May, they became second in the Bet Boom Deland 2 and only lost to Spirit Academy, but they have changed some of their roster since. I think SHG left, and it was something personal. I think he's still on the bench, maybe. Like, maybe he's finishing school or something like that. But yeah, like, I think this Arcred roster has got good results, just about that consistency. And I'm not sure when I'm looking at their roster what Chill is doing. So Chill, firstly, that's not Chill in the picture. Chill is a Belarusian like old boy. You know, he played. He's been around for quite a while, and is quite an aimer. But since, like, I don't know, honestly, like the last year and a bit, he's just kind of been hanging around. Very talented individual. I've always been quite fond when I watch him, to be honest. But I'm not sure what he's doing here. I guess we'll find out what happens. But moving on to the veto, let's take a look at the battlefield. This is obviously going to be a bit interesting when it comes to veto with a team like Mix, because understandably so, like, their namesake is very correct. Like, they are a Mix. They play with different rosters majority of the games, but they pick into Ancient, Arcred pick into Train, and then Mirage is a decider. Ancient's an interesting one, because Arcred are not very good on it whatsoever. They have a pretty poor win percentage, and the only wins they have been getting is over the likes of Hyper Spirit, Sparta, and they're losing to the likes of like Hotu, Partisan, X Rush B, getting kind of owned by Spirit Academy. So Ancient is not one of their go-to maps. Definitely leads me to believe that Mix have an opportunity to try and upset Train. It's always going to go in favor of Arcred. I think it's a pretty good pick for them. Mirage, though, is a scary decider to be playing against a team like Mix. That would be a map that I would be a bit cautious of going on to, because it is also a main place that Mix has had success on, especially in this tournament in the group stage against Copenhagen Wolves and Amcal, both beating them on Mirage and doing so quite controlling. If I'm Arcred, I'd be a little bit scared of that third map. But Ancient is going to be a really good litmus test because, well, basically, are Arcred going to step up an Ancient? Are they just going to 2-0? Or a Mix going to actually contend in this series? We're going to be finding that all out after the break.
Risky one, risky one. I decided not to place a bet on this match because even now, brother, 1.28 odd for ins pre-match was too small, And once again, we have maps. We have veto already. This map should go for ins, maybe sorry, for Fatbit. Next one, I think still for ins, but the third one, I remember ins playing an overpass on T side, and that was awful one. So shit can happen even on overpass, so this is too risky one. That's gonna be too risky. But still, I believe in ins to win with a score with score 2-1. Yep. But that's a save once again for ins, bro. They so not ready to play this map. 3 versus 4. And like they trying to save every single round. Absolutely. And we don't have face cams in this game. And Reagan looks like should be mad about this one. Or odds now. I don't know about now odds. Sorry, sir. I cannot check them because this event is kind of hard one. This event is kind of hard one because I have to work an up server at the same time. I cannot check the odds at the same time, sir. It's already signed Milsey and Pody for G2 because he wants G2 to be full Fin team, bro. What is this? Finnish fans in chat. Too many trash talk, brother. You know what else is risky? Won't tell you, brother. Everything is risky in this life. Everything is risky. But sometimes I don't want to risk. I don't want to go for that risk. 5 versus 5. I got SDY under 16.5 headshots. Got you, bro. I wish you luck. I wish you luck with your prediction. And as I told you before the match that I'm here for rigging overs, for podi overs, and SDY overs. I know my man from USA have this type of predictions. I know this. They already wrote me in Discord channel. If you want to follow this, you can join this. There is a link down below the stream. So you definitely can join the Discord channel. We usually talk about this bets and gambling stuff. And yeah, I wanna just support my man from USA today. But actually SDY and Podi and Rigan doesn't want to play in that CD side. Too many saves, and they actually can't win a single round. Not really good. You're like, this is a rigged match because if not, Ants is 100% winning all round. No, brother, nah. I knew before the game. I knew before the game that Favbet is not a bad team. Definitely not a bad one. Like big names, Checky, I know this man, Smash, Marix, Bonik, I know him as well, but this is kind of too old one, right? But anyway, Bonik can shine sometimes as well. Nature gonna get a frag, but is it gonna help Ants to win a round? 3 versus 3. Smash found Milsey as well. And Nature is down, bro. They're just peeking one by one. One by one. And Podi once again, the last one alive with a sniper rifle going for a save. It's gonna be so easy for Favbet on this map. Very downplaying Milsey, letting score 2 look bad, bro. Because score is bad. Score is bad for Ants right now. That's true. Milsey kicked over this game. Milsey not looking good. Yep. I'm sad that this man doesn't want to play the game. Like sniper rifle, usually the Podi usually showing us a great performance. Maybe definitely train not the best map for them. Definitely though, they don't really know how to play this one. I still believe in the comeback from Ants on a second map, on a third map as well. But now it's not looking good. Definitely not looking good. Milsey. Maybe we'll find a frag. He can't see it, bro. He can't see this, and the timing is awful. Smash with the first frag. Probably find a second one as well. Is it gonna happen? Seems like not, because the CD player just decided to fall back. 5 versus 4. Ants just can't take a single round. That's definitely not looking good. Jackie with an AK sniper rifle, have to find this one. Yep, he found one. 4 versus 4. No advantage anymore for Favbet, and SDY got a frag on Smash at the same time, so it's 4 versus 3. Now Ants looking good on this round. Flash, SDY down. Nachu. I'm so sure that Finnish fan can get a heart attack for after this place. Podi got a frag. Maybe one more. Missed. One's the really hard one, but he missed it. They have time to plant a bomb. Reagan from behind, but there is no chance to find 2 frags. 1 done. Is he ready for the second one? Too many smokes. Just maybe defuse the bomb. You don't have defuse kits. Sorry, my fault. Reagan on overs. We need this man to shine. Maybe one more frag, brother. One more frag to win this round. Trying to find the last player. Bro, you know exactly where T player is. But that's a frag from Mavericks, bro. 8 rounds on that T side. That's not looking good at all. So free wall haps he cross hit enemy head through the wall. Bruh, nah. That's a tension. That's tension. For those who don't know, this man is a tension. Ex-player of Favbet, they just asked him to join this game. I don't know why. As for some troubles, don't know. Favbet is just trying to find out where Milty's playing and attack him 1 versus 5. No. Don't need to go now. Huge respect for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming anyway. Thank you. Thank you for joining this. This Favbet is sus team, probably using some kind of cheats because they can't win ends if they're playing fairy. Oh, bro, that's the first map. That's the first map. We definitely haven't seen ends playing this one. We definitely know ends can be bad on this map. We know that ends good on dust. We will see the second map. What's gonna happen on the second map gonna be a question for us, right? At least we gotta get know about what's going on in this game, because ends definitely good on dust too. Definitely good, and they have to win dust too once again in my opinion. But train looking so bad now for them, and this is not about hacks 100%, because everything I see from this map just Favbet outplaying ends so hard. Two versus 4. Bro, the game is not even competitive one. Not really interesting to watch that type of games. And unders for this game looking so good so far. Pody, SDY, Riggin. Bro, Pody, sorry, SDY with only 2 frags. We needed 32.5 overs for SDY. 32.5. And now only 2 frags for this man. This is not looking good at all. Not even a chance for my USA brothers. Not even a chance for them. Nine wins on T side. Train is nuts. Yep, 9 on T side is kind of, bro, this is too many. 9 is too many, bro. 7 on T side is too many. 9 is kind of just they smashing these boys. All peaks of timings are unlucky for ends. This map is just not working at the moment, bro. Seriously? Smash back banned? Nah, Smash is not back banned. As he was playing for his country, man. Don't think so. Because Favbet is not only Ukrainian roster. Mavericks is not Ukrainian, right? So they definitely have men not from Ukraine as well. I just talked with Kels. He said they so unlucky those games and told
Welcome
not to
back,
bet.
ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's so
sorry,
50-50.
we've had some technical difficulties, but we are live.
How would they hack an official tournament, bro? This is not about hacks. This is not about hacks. We have just Finnish fans on stream, and they want ends to win. Understand this, and they trying to find any reason that ends just
3 teams have already qualified through the Swiss, who will be the 4th. And there's pistol rounds.
This is not about like hacks or something. This is just about Finnish man doesn't want to accept ends losing this.
In red room.
But this is once again, this is the only one map. This is the only first one. They still have a chance. They still have a great chance.
volition. Like, don't get me wrong, some fantastic shots, some fantastic first bullet shots being hit, but that was a super messy round for Mix where their lurk dies instantly and then their CT smoke miss, so the bomb gets planted, and that's about the extent of their success. But they still do have that benefit of the extra $600. So Mix are going to be able to purchase back up onto 3 Glils, 2 Tech 9s. Arcred, though, they did get an AWP out for a moment. That's going to be quickly... they're going to quickly throw that away. But Arcred looking to see if they can continue successful starts their opponent's map pick, where they're not too fortunate on in recent history. And it looks like Mix want to go back again towards this A bomb side. Rajin gets flashed off the angle in Donut. He smokes off Synopsy, but his player and his defender on A has fallen. Rajin overwhelmed. Does well to be honest, get a kill there. But Get Jekka dying put him in such an awkward position. And now Mix with a man advantage. Post-planting. They hear Ryujin coming out from Temple, but it does not matter. That is dastardly. Ryujin had no right in getting even a kill, let alone 2 from that position after landed. So it's Arcred going 2-0 up in a very quick manner. But Mix, again, bomb down. They could go for another buy. It seems like they're going to elect to not fully purchase in. Gonna accept defeat early on here and just go on to Tech 9s. Only a single smoke on Synopsy. Everyone, though, Tech 9 armor, and that can be scary. If Arcred aren't careful, and if they, say, give up a kill, space could be taken. Leaving 1 Tech 9 in middle, Mix are now going to congregate around this B bomb site, but there's 3 defenders there. However, as I say that, there is one moving off. So oh, nope, he's come back. And in the perfect timing. Zero Fix spotted at the bottom of ramp. He's going to be making some noise. And a smoke just comes in to delay this attack any further. Mix, rightfully so, are forced to re-navigate. And they're going to try and join up with 1 Flatro, who's been in middle for quite a while. There's a very similar setup over on this A bomb site. Rajin's just jiggling with a smoke. He's going to drop that in Donut, but Mix, they're not going towards Donut. They're wrapping around CT, the 1 smoke being used to aid their access. So now Rajin Get Jekka in a bit of a difficult position. Get Jekka, great positioning, takes a main, but then Rajin just dies very meekly. This time, Get Jekka, though, he's going to have a much better A defense until Staneri runs him down with the Tech 9. So it's once again a man advantage retake, and this time it's going to go the way of Mix. Ryujin trying his best, but try as he might. Zero Fix's double is sure to be enough, and caught with his pants down, switching between his knife and his rifle. It's a bit silly from him. Mix with the Tech 9s at a singular smoke, make it work, because, again, the A bomb site only gets 1 kill against the Tech 9s. So a good start from Arcred, where they were sure to be 3-0 up. They're now dropped down to the pistols. And it looks like this game's going to get evened up. Pistols coming down B ramp. One kill does come their way, but that's all they're going to be getting. So a pretty clean affair for the T side. Synopsy, who obviously just got a triple there on the eco, he has had a really quite wondrous close qualifier. The two games they played against Copenhagen Wolves and Amcal, he had a 1.41 HLV rating across the two. That is just absurd. Oh, GXX is playing. I've just noticed that. Regardless, though, this was very B&E fashion. Running through middle, one Flatcher and Zerofix nailed two defenders instantly, giving Mix a two-man advantage. And Arcred, this is a near impossible situation for them to get out of. Ryujin does get a nice spam onto Zerofix, who was low. And he's joined up with Red Zed. Ooh, one Flatcher, the bait. It's exactly how Arcred wanted it to go, but Red Zed doesn't get the kill in time. So Arcred still sit in a man disadvantageous position. Ooh, Red Zed, this is so awkward, but he's getting away with murder. Finally, Scenario puts him down. And DSSJ, who's yet to get on the scoreboard, is flanking with the AWP. Synopsy's still staying in cave. Orc scope, heard and spotted. Ooh, DSSJ gets a second opportunity and he takes that. Synopsy overextends there massively. Bit too hungry for the kill. So now Scenario has been left into a 1 versus 1. No kick currently on the City side. Doesn't look like it's going to be 1-0 on the bomb site. And, well, he's going to get to the bomb itself as Scenario just shoots him in the back. And that round basically all lived with one Flatro getting the kill on Ryujin, coming through the smoke. Or if maybe Red Zed had got this kill on Scenario. A lot of if, buts, and maybes, but it's basically just B&E at this stage, taking the lead. Yeah, so the reason why I was being like, oh, GX is playing is because Exidu played with Mix in this close qualifier. He is a very young Polish player, currently listed on Q Mystery, but from Garden Garage, if you remember that team, he came top 4 in advance earlier this year. It was like a really cool result to see, and they qualified for the the ESL Challenger Cups, where unfortunately they didn't do too well. But he's not playing. GXX is. So the Polish inexperienced AWPer isn't on the server. So there's a little bit more punch to this mixed squad, as it is literally just B&E plus Zerofix. What? What? I didn't even notice Synopsy behind them. I was like, why is there 3A main? Oh, one of them's a T side. I'm already starting to see the kind of ebbs and flows of old B&E. I think Zerofix actually fits this methodology really well, where it's just really individual heavy. You know, one Flatcher is running through mid, getting an opening kill. Synopsy somehow behind them in A main. And after a good start for Arcred, they now sit 2-5 down from their opponent's map pick. Oh, that is unfortunate for Ryujin. One Flatcher does equally get killed through the smoke, but these kills benefit Mix way more. A lot of players are dying, and Synopsy is really low HP. So Red Zed, I mean, he probably should survive this. Is GXX really going to hunt him with a deagle? It appears so. Right. That is a crazy shot. So now those extra players that died for Mix, it's all warranted. It's all got its validation. And yeah, I don't know how Synoptes got there, to be honest. But no one survives for Arcred. No one's able to save. So Mix now sit 5-2 up. And they've got a healthy bank balance to go along with that, up against the Pistols now. You kind of expect this gameplay to be fast from the T side, and it is. Charging through the A bomb site, Synopsy does get his head rocked, however. So it is at an advantage for Arcred, and they're just going to come through the CT smoke as the bomb's being planted. Luckily for Scenario, though, the support is sublime. Really, really good support from One Flatcher and GXX. So around that, 100% could have got scary, especially off this Deagle shot from DSSJ. It ends up being really clean, and it is primarily because of that double from GXX. Death Bull style of Counter-Strike. Last round A, this round B. Just a full execute up on the bomb site. The Scenario has respected this smoke on ramp a lot, and a big part of it was because of a good counter flashbang. So little do Mix know, if they had just gone through the smoke, there was no one on the other side. This could be a 5 versus 5 bomb plant situation for the T side, but instead, good counter utility from Arcred has meant that the T side have used the majority of their utility and don't have any map control. There's a full belt on Synopsy, 2 flashes on Scenari, and that's it. Synopsy's also been tagged very early on by util on lane. And our creators have so much map control. The one part they don't know about is they don't have anything towards the A-bomb site. And it looks like Mix will still want to commit over towards this B-bomb site. You can see Synopsy's throwing his util set, but he misses the Molotov on long. And alongside that, the 2 mid players who are playing very deep for Arcred activate, drop Synopsy. The bomb does get re-picked up, but man advantages continuing in favor of the defense, and it looks like they're attempting to win their first gun round. A 4 versus 3, everything is going their way, but GXX could have something to say about it. Oh, GXX just lines them all up. They don't even get out of cave. They don't even get out of CT. Fundamentally, that was a pretty poor round from Mix. And on the inverse, it was actually a good round from Arcred. And yet, we still sit here with a 7-2 lead for Mix. And the previous CCT quarterfinalist who took down Ents in their journey are now really in a sticky position on map 1. That is good flashbang. And of course, it's going to be when the Pistols come out for Arcred that they succeed. GXX has 10 kills. He's playing phenomenally. And he was in a nice position to maybe catch off someone unaware of a late mid-prong. But they stifle those plans. Two versus 4 though, and GXX after that mid contact very quickly pivoted over towards the B bomb side. No util between him and Scenario. They are at least going to be able to get the bomb planted. So at minimum, they have the extra buckaroos in the next round, which isn't really needed. Oh, this is not going to be expected. Very, very lucky from Rajim. GXX is just so... he's always moving. He's always catching Arcred off guard. Now, setting up a crossfire with Scenari. It's that main man in the 1 versus 3. And it's going to be the IGL of Arcred to finally get them on the board after a 7-round drought. Unfortunately, success may not be continued for the City side, as straight away, it's a man down. Good AWP shot, though. Brings us back into equilibrium. And you can see definitely with Mix where the difficulties lie is when they get into these mid rounds. But they seem to be able to get away with the majority of them. What? Okay, that was so weird. Ryujin, luckily, denies that madness. DSSJ, by the way, just shot Scenario through the smoke. Synopsy makes a really good play, and this should be a 3 versus 3, but that was just insane. And well, to be honest, it feels like because of that AWP shot connected through the smoke, this round's actually been won. And a lot of awkward timings for Mixed, but they use so much utility in the early rounds, and if they aren't able to get those opening kills, it is just those very awkward mid rounds where you can see the crack starting to show in a team such as Mix. It is understandable. But their money is really good, at least on a positive. So they go into this final round, the half, still with a 3-round lead, and also still with a good bank balance. A lot of utility used to get out mid. And one Flatro is going to nestle himself in a rather similar position to the last. But this time, he's got support. All the gang is here. There's a very deep and exposed angle from GetJecker and CT. It's an off angle, but it feels like a one and done. He gets his one, and then, yeah, as mentioned, the tray is just going to come through. It's a quick reaction from Arcred to try and pivot through middle as they cleared lane. Issue is, they make a lot of noise about it. So as Mix just free, they get all of that information, and the individual starting to get fried from Arcred. DSSJ hunted. There was blood in the water, and now Ryujin, outed as a talent from Uzbekistan, he's taken the mantle of the IGL role. And unfortunately, a 1 versus 4 is a little bit too out of his reach as Mix dominate on the T side. They lose pistol, they lose the conversion, but they still end up with an 8-4 half. And this is some difficult Counter-Strike to play against because they just play so hard-hitting Counter-Strike. It's just very simple, and it's very hard to counter and read into. And when the shots are connecting, you get score lines like this. A pistol round could be important here, or mandatory for Artcred, and wow. Rajin reads them like a book and knows exactly what setup is being incorporated towards Cave. And those were some wicked shots. This is now the second pistol round one from Artcred. Both as clean as the other. So they've ticked off one item on the checklist. But if anything from the first half is to go off by, Artcred's struggles come more on the gun rounds. An ego for mix where they're just all coming out middle. They're coming through this red room smoke and they're being mauled. 2 kills. We could definitely take positives away from that.
Për të gjotësin është saj ka qitë saj këtë këshur që tërkanë por. Në YouTube do më shumë gjithë me qëto. Ta më nek. Njetin ku jam të bo stream.
An important gun round for Artcred to prove a point. And even though they lose the opening kill, they're able to draw 2 back, but it's all very discoordinated. Like DSJ is just kind of left alone on A. The bomb's still outside B, so Zerofix is able to pluck up another one. He's doing God's work right now. Keeping his side in it. He's going searching towards A main. He's going to be met by Get Jekka. And that's also not much information to go off. Like, Mix still wouldn't be fully aware of where the other Artcred players are. And as they freeze, a very similar outcome and fate is sure to be met for Synopsy as he's walking right into the hands of Ryuja. Even if Ryujin had fell there, Red Z would have just traded him. So the bomb spotted, but scenario in a 1 versus 3, most likely going to be saving. I'm used to the crowd booing saves. I've just been at Blast London. Great weekend. Great to see all the community. They booed every save. It's legendary. Scenario ain't saving though. Okay, he's going for this. I wouldn't advise it, especially with the smoke. Okay, the smoke he is going to respect. But has he committed maybe a little bit too deeply now to save? He does bring one down, but he's being chased. Scenari staying alive here is going to be difficult, and yeah, Red Z makes it so. He even survives the bomb blast, so Artcred 3-0 up on their T side, and they take all down with the ship. So Mix just going to be on pistols and SMGs as Artcred look to even up the scoreline. A big mid brawl that benefits the T side as one Thatcher and Zero Fix tried to mimic their success on the T side, but unable to do so in this second half. So as the 3 remaining pistols are all congregated towards the B bomb site, the A side of the map has been left clear and open for the taking, and that's where the bomb shall get planted. An 8-8 scoreline, and in this series, for Mix, they need to win Ancient. I don't see their hopes being, or their chances being too high on Triumph. And for Artcred, seeing how they're not very good on Ancient, if they're able to get a win on this map, and they go on to their way more favored map, like that just feels like, to me, a sure footing. Like, if you can do it on... If you can do it in a situation where you're not comfortable, then you go onto a comfortable map, it should be dangerous. Once again, no one able to save a weapon, for instance, for Mix. Red Zed did die, but DSSJ was in a good position to deny any saves. GX6 save for the European at a USP last rounds, he'll get that out, but it comes at a big expense of util. And especially with all this util being dumped on lane and mid, wow, the chaos round over. There's no kit for a retake, there's not much utility, and Zero Fix just goes way earlier than everyone else. A very heads-up play from Artcred to wait for the utility to be thrown, and kind of as it's being thrown on the on the B side towards lane, just go in and just run up ramp, throwing a deep CT smoke and a cave smoke. So they block off pretty much everyone. They isolate the scenario on the side. And GX's Zorb doesn't even find anyone. It's a good call as well, because Mix had 3 players towards A and mid, so that B bomb site was fundamentally much weaker, and 1 player had committed towards cave, so it was just that solo defender. So it's flawless so far on the second half for Artcred, and it looks like Mix are floundering a little bit, and some of the seams are starting to show. This whole like mixed team, like you can kind of understand it. Artcred looking to just contact their way out the A-bomb site. Oh, Rasian's made a lot of noise. God. Misses the jump twice. Zerofix should know about this. Should expect someone to be on the boost. But Artcred are just making no other noise apart from that. So, what does Zerofix think? Does he expect someone else, like, does he expect someone to still be boosted? He's also very alone. He's got all the utility basically for the team. So he and one of the 2 kits. Him getting a kill and then putting utility on to deny would be best case scenario. He is going to get a bit of support though. Rotation is coming in from Red Room, and a nicely timed smoke in a main. That's going to force Artcred to go through, but it's all a little bit messy. One Flatro does really well to get his first and his util placement, but he gets overwhelmed, and similarly, so does Zerofix. He doesn't get a single kill in Donut, so that's all the util dropped. But a very quick retake from Artcred, and denied by individual prowess once again. Ryujin doesn't allow them to enter his domain. 18 and 9, he is having a phenomenal performance, and he was being massively overshadowed by GXX in that first half. I think GXX was like 10 and 4, 10 and 3, and it was like really high impact kills as well. He's had the ult for 2 rounds. He hasn't even shot a bullet yet, and there we go, shot a bullet, and he's lost it. And Ryujin gets another kill in the round. He's doing everything. He's calling a good game. He's calling a good T side, and he's getting all the kills. What more do you want? that kill on Red Zed, well, that kill Red Zed gets is probably the most important kill, though. Like, obviously, Ryujin wins the round, but the fact that Zero Fix doesn't get a single kill and like, dodges from a flashbang that I guess he was expecting but never came in, like, that's the important kill. And it's got a lot of mimicking from Arcred Cct side, to be fair, because the Arcred A defense was struggling due to both the kind of A player and the donut player. It felt like there was two different pages at times. And there was the issue there where one Flatcher rotates away from Red Room. Sure, he gets on the right side of the map, but it just isolates Zero Fix in Donut. So double digits now met for the T side. Low buy for everyone but one Flatcher on the A1S, and that primary rifle is going to be put to good work. A nice little self-flash play. And he's going to get a kill and get out of dodge with very minimal damage being applied. So Arcred already on the back foot. Don't want to be letting this round slip through their fingers, of all rounds. Does Synopsy know that Red Zed's got here? This is a cheeky little position. I don't think they do. Mix are going to try and walk through cave. Red Zed doesn't even really need to hold the trigger, because as soon as he gets that kill, Ryujin just swings. So Neri forced to push down ramp, and oh, he does good work. Drops the bomb, and one Flatcher is also protecting from range. They're hunting him down, and a taste of their own medicine. Arcred playing like what B&E do, you know? They're just running, they're just shooting hard. They're packing a punch. They put someone in a very oppressive position and then play around off that. And Ryujin's 21-9. Like, he just swings one flat throw. Fundamentally, a bad play. Fundamentally, he gives up an isolated kill and could have been a 2 versus 2. But ultimately, it's the winning play. And Arcred, they survive against the Pistols. 3 players stay alive, so it looks like it's actually just completely chill and fine. That got very scary. Very touch and go. So 11 for Arcred, 2 away from winning out on their opponent's map pick, and from my perspective, just outright solidifying the 2-0. And this was all done on the back of a 5 versus 4 for Mix. Yeah, Ryujin plays that crossfire perfectly. It's the swing on one Flatcher, they're going to be scared in cave. Another 5 versus 4 for Mix. And it's so messy on lane. But a lane crunch is exactly what the doctor ordered. Arcred were all sitting there, unprepared, and just got completely overwhelmed. I thought Ryujin had been spotted. Oh my giddy aunt. That is preposterous. And also, a flash on CT just slows Zero Fix down. So he's got the bomb down in a 1 versus 1 now. Swings out, but Zero Fix catches the better timing and only 1 bullet away from death. Ryujin, that was a very valiant attempt. Those were some lovely shots, especially that second one. And even though he doesn't win the round, he deals substantial economical damage. So Mix might not have the perfect buy in the next round, So if Arcred go on to 12 here, you best believe Mix will have no money for what would be maybe the final round. This shot onto GXX is just silly. And yeah, Zero Fix peeks out like that half a second later and just gets the ability to have the reactionary shots. So great timing there, great clutch. And a first round the board for Mix on their CT side. And it wasn't clean. Flash's plays in mid have worked for Mix before, for one fracture on the Hero A1S, and this time Zero Fix gets set up. So Rasian goes the wayside. Maintaining that advantage. Oh no, GXX has maybe been caught on a crazy timing here. He's cautious of the A main presence. But Arcred are going towards Red Room. Synopsy, alone, is able to deal with one. Keeping it ticking over for Mix. 20 seconds left. Now, the Yorpa has to step up. GXX has got like 1 kill this half. And the bomb's being planted right underneath his nose. No one's holding for the Yorpa. He even just does it with the USP. No time for Red Zed. He will at least die before the time ticks over. But that is a must-need round for Mix as they double down and equally hit double digits as they make this a 1-round game. Bomb in T-spawn for Arcred, so you can see there's no clear direction for the time being. Jigs has been heard in Red Room, but he's also probably been heard rotating away towards the A-bomb side, and that's because the attention drawn over by TSSJ and Get Jekka. This gives a great opportunity for Rasian, which he just about takes. So now Scenari, caught in a very difficult position. He's made noise. Ryujin, a rare miss from him, but that's why Red Zed's there to trade. A 3 versus 2, Rasian still in a very difficult position to clear in Red Room. And I was not sure Rasian was standing. I thought that spam may have connected. GXX might actually think that Rasian's not here anymore because he hasn't activated. So Rasian's just hearing all of this noise. Also confirming that it is just one. So he's like, watch out for the second. And yeah, Rasian plays that super, super late. GXX none the wiser. And even though Ryujin doesn't get a single kill, it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue for Arcred. Synopsy does have a kit. Synopsy does have a kit. This is scary. Get Jekka? Okay. There was a big lack of confidence on that swing and determination. I was like, is he going to get there in time? But no, all good. Arcred play with the rotation superbly and just isolate the space on the map sublimely. So they hit map point. They have 2 opportunities to tow it over the line. And this is going to be their best one, as there's only 2 MP9s. 301Ss and pretty sparse utility for Mix. This is where you imagine Arcred should be closing out their opponent's map pick, and they start it off with an opening kill onto Synopsy in Cave. And they want to be hunting down these players in middle. Oh, it's really not nice. It's really awkward. And yet, through that chaos, Arcred thrive. Teneri now the last alive. It's only a matter of time. Arcred will be stepping a little bit closer to making it back again into a CCT main Swiss, making the quarterfinals in the previous season, beating the likes of 500 and most importantly ENT to get there. They didn't have the cleanest journey in the group stage, but now they go a map up. They take their opponent's map pick. They win out Ancient. And it was all the back of that T side. They did not look good on the CG side. They won both pistols. They were 4-8 down. It wasn't looking pretty ideal for them. And yet they recover it. And Ryujin is the main man to thank. Now we head on to Train. It's their map pick. And this is going to be looking pretty doom and gloom for Mix. Can they recover? Can they push us to a third? Or will Arcred go back-to-back in qualifications to the CCT main Swiss?
Picture Jolson shout boy. Audible stream aí. Entra no que está colocado bom de Jolson. Ok, portfolio. Bien, chila.
That's an eco. Oh, comeback from Ins, just like this. Jeggy behind the smoke. SDY with double. Can we have triple in this round? Can we have triple in this round? For this mana we have Glock frag once again, bro. SDY made a great job in this one, but Smash found him. Okay. Nature and Pody alive. Nature didn't manage to get a frag. There's a scout for Potty. No, this is GG. Smash and defuse the bomb.
Inte. Då är den bara.
Oh, Potty. That was a great shot, actually. Okay. Back into business. What I missed, what happened in train? Train was awful one. Train was awful one for ins. 5bet actually smashed them on ins. On train, sorry. And yeah. But this map should go for ins, seriously. And now it's rigging out of a server, not 5bet team. So Finnish fans, can we say now that Riggin is turning on hacks or just turning off? I don't know. Because you told this too many times about 5bet. Riggin is back on the server. Okay. Riggin is back on the server. Yep, friggin' bot. Okay, we're back. We're ready to play this one. But that was a crazy round for SDY. That was only eco round. SDY would triple with that Glock. Potty actually found a man with... Okay. Reaction wasn't really good one. But that's supposed to be an even double kill with that shot. But Potty found one. Okay, that's a nice start for ins. 5 versus 4. Smash. Trying to get this information once again. On a B plant. But Nature rotated back too early. Too early, but still not a bad position. Still a great one. He still can find at least... he got information? And maybe CD player didn't see him. Or he saw, but he live in this frag for Boneek right now. Because Boneek still playing with CZ. Close range, close position. And if only Nature decides to push this one, that's going to be GG for this man. Smash. Trying to pick lower tunnel. Double pick from CD players. Smash. Got damage on HU. HU's 87% HP left, but Bondi got a frag. 4 versus 4. Now they have one more device. That's an AK for Boneek. Rigun. Info about CD player. An easy frag. Really easy one. They definitely know about one more player playing on B side. So they have to kill him. And what? Bro.
Unlucky for one.
Okay. SDY with a frag. At least SDY with a frag. We need 20 for SDY this game. 20 for this man. Let's go Riggin will rather and it's easy for ends. Riggin changing gaming chair. Please put easy for ends song from YouTube. Nah, brother, nah. Ants won't throw this map, right? I think so, brother. I think so. I still believe. I hope. I'm not really sure, bro. Depends on how they're gonna throw the nades next time, right? Because that wasn't definitely a perfect one. But yeah, to be honest, bro, I still believe Ant's gonna win this map. Ant's to win this map, and third map is absolute coin flip. Absolutely coin flip. Because I saw you place the bet. Nah. I told you I skipped this game. I skipped this game, brother. I decided to skip this game. So yeah, I just don't have any bets in that one. You watch more games today? Yep, it's gonna be Brazilian Counter-Strike. It's gonna be Brazilian Counter-Strike for the next game. Bounty Hunters versus Crashers. Bounty Hunters versus Crashers, but I will not make a single bet on that game as well, because Brazilian Counter-Strike is always unpredictable for me. I don't know anything about this one, but I'm really sure I know this, that people like to watch this. And once again, my homies from USA, my American brothers, right? They definitely do this overs and unders. Player props bets. Player props. They definitely do this. I will support them with that one. Definitely gonna show the game for them, but not do my prediction for that one. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, I will watch OG versus Alp or AAB. I don't know how to call this one. But once again, the odd for OG is too small. But I believe in OG to close this 2-0. 2-0 for OG. I'm gonna place a bet in that one. But if we're talking about this game, Unpredictable. Unpredictable for me. But still around. Should be around for ins. Smash. Got an AWP, and now T's definitely know about this one. If only Smash saved this sniper rifle, that's gonna be huge for Fatbet for the next round. But Smash is down. Nature found a frag through the smoke. The only man alive is Bonik, but Bonik will take this sniper rifle. At least he can do this. If only T player Pody going for that AWP. Pody want to take this. But leaving an AK for Bondik, still a chance to find at least a device, at least one device. That could be fun for him.
Eu sempre tek kjører nok, så. Förlåt.
Quick overpass the decider map. Third map gonna be overpass decider map. That map was left actually after the veto, after the banning. Man, do you have anywhere where you post your bets? A Discord channel, bro. There is a link down below the stream, or you can find a link in the chat as well. Sometimes, right? Bot sometimes just shows the link in the chat as well. I sometimes. Once again, I tryna show my bets on Discord channel as well, but it usually done like live on a stream. So I live on a stream, you can see this from the screen as well. So if you join my stream, you definitely can see the screens, right? But the Discord channel, yep, we usually talk about these bets. We usually discuss in this, right? My man in Discord channel usually gives us great predictions. USA man usually drop the screens from Price Picks, right? With player props, great ones, and sometimes even like huge winnings. Like I'm really happy for my man in chat, right? Really happy, and I hope they're gonna win more and more. Seriously, need Nachu to get 11 kills. 11 only? Like none of Vince's players on previous map were good. I need only 11. Do you have bet on this map exactly?
You
don't have a favorite bet on this game, bro? Nah. You think Favbet win next map? 50-50, bro. Coin flip, absolute coin flip. Once again, I apologize for that. I cannot answer every single message in chat because I'm an observer at the same time of that event, right? So this event kind of bad one with that one. Here we're talking exactly about this observing and clean fits and hoods. I have to do everything myself on that one. Do you have a Twitter? Nah, I don't have Twitter, sir. It's not popular in my country. That's not really popular in my country, so we don't use it. I know it's kind of popular in USA, but not in my country. See, Fabit isn't doing so well. Fabit, bro, I told you, Fabit have a chance to win one map, but I still believe this map for ins, first map for Fabit. So my prediction for this game today was perfect one still, and I'm still gonna stay with ins in the third map. Still, even though I know the T side on overpass ins is like really bad one, really bad one. But I'm still gonna stay with ends on a third map. Hope that they're gonna win this. But shit can happen once again. 50-50, coin flip. Tension misses a shot. Bondik fully blind. In smoke! SDY got a frag, fine. Milsey found smash. Milsey's down. Regan is down. Can we have SDY with one more? At least one more. 6 for SDY. We need 14 more. We need Nature to shine. We need Nature for 11, right? So one frag down. Maybe Nature for the last one as well. Yep, he knows the information exactly with the last guy, bro. Just hit the shot. We need 11 from you.
But yeah, nice.
Oh, man, seriously? Okay.
Olman till 15. Tampakkum. Amalia nystar tuolla The Football. Chinese Loya.
And we're back.
Let's see,
Arcred,
make sure Loya.
a impressive T side from being 4-8 down, ended out winning 13-10 on their opponent's map pick. Now they have the comfort and the luxury of their home ground. A 2-0 is written on the walls, but nothing is ever guaranteed when the opponent has a say in the matter. And Saneri is being held for, but DSSJ oversteps, and then as soon as he strikes, so does one flat throw from upper. Perfect cohesion. A little bit of an over-aggression from Saneri there does mean that Arcred do get warranted and gifted a kill back. There's already a flank being installed. Synopsy, never expected, and now Rajim in a 1 versus 4. Crisp and clean. No bomb down for Arcred, but they're still going to buy up. They're confident. A scout on DSSJ and... okay. An opening kill, close range towards Ivy. That means a MP9 in the hands of Red Zed. And also, just forcing out a bit of utility from Mix. If you take a look at what they've got to work with right now, they've got a Smoker Mollo, and, well, no map control whatsoever. There was Pressure main, Pressure Ivy. There's only one player on this B bomb site, and Arcred are looking to test the waters. But there could be a ticking clock on this, because if Zerofix and One Factory get information and they main, there'll be then a quick rotation from Synopsy. But instead of taking that information, they decide to re-smoke a main. So Synopsy is not going to have the heads up. Scenario is going to be pretty left by himself, as Arcred actually fake util towards A. And now, explode. Synopsy has rotated in time, but he gets tagged at range from the scouts. Saneri, misses the opportunity. He had the element of surprise, but it's gone lacking. He will at least get 1 kill, but it's all just gone so wrong for Mix. Up against the 4 spy, their hopes dwindle, as this is worst case scenario for the CT side. They're going to be chilling on 1,450 loss because of that, also that 1 kill. That means 5 sevens alongside this saved M4 of Zerofix. Back onto the horse, and evidently and understandably a force buy from Mix, but so far they're not getting the same success as Artcred. That was a pretty nice smoke from Get Jekker. It's gone very far out the map. Zerofix is the only scary player here. And unfortunately, even though one Fracture baits for him and gives up and creates all that space, not a single kill on that M4, just damage. And as the scout of GXX is left last alive, he's being hunted down. And Artcred don't let anyone survive. They are ruthless. And Mix now on the back foot as they're down around and also onto an eco. Shouldn't be a scary one, but Artcred are just running into them. Flashbang is a little bit too deep. Zerofix dies because of one Flaptro and Scenari. There was just a whole line of blue there. So friendly fire in the kill feed and no kill on the eco. So Artcred sailing on this T side so far. Back on the rifles, and Mix throwing a bit of utility to see if they can get control in Pop and Upper B. 3 players fighting for this, and Get Jekker just has to back away. Doesn't want to play in front of that smoke after Ryujin meets his maker. Very similar to the pistol round for Mix, to be honest. But the issue is, Rajin's got all this space now out A main, and they know Zerofix is towards Pop. But he's still able to get one. Doesn't matter, because Rajin's advanced position, unfortunately, doesn't expect Synopsy. So now Get Jekker coming over from that B bomb site is left into a 1 versus 2. Spammed down by Scenario after being spotted by Synopsy coming out A main. And really good rotations from Mix after their control on Upper B. And even though Rajin was basically behind them at one stage, it didn't matter. So back on the board after winning the pistol round. No early aggression this time from the CT side. They have got a double setup in towards Pop. So far, that hasn't found any contact. And it looks like they might just try and want to bully out this B bomb site. There's going to be those quick rotations from Pop, but Scenari is completely isolated by himself. There is going to be a rotation from GXX, so he spots them out and kind of thwarts their plans. Now, the activation of this double Pop play. One Flatro tries to meet TSSG in an awkward transition. He hits his shot. Zerofix does superb to get 2. And the dust settles in a 3 versus 3. Get Jekker. The timing really awkward from both sides and Upper. And it's all just about this scout. Can GXX do something crazy? It looks like, unfortunately, no shots are going to get landed, and the fire will just sizzle them away. Arcred just super aware of where the aggression's going to come in, when it is, and their trades were good enough. They froze at the perfect times, they pivoted at the perfect times. And Synopsy will get another kill on the exit, and will look to save the orb. I was going to say should, but Ryujin might not let him. Okay, Synopsy's getting a lot of damage. Mix lose, but only one player survives. And the orb's been brought over. That was DSSJ's orb. That means no, he could get an orb, but he'll have no armor. So even though money's pretty bad for the CT side, I don't know, would they buy into this? Zerofix can drop an orb in the next to GXX if he saves. That is a great shot, by the way, from DSSG. That shot potentially is kind of the round-winning shot. So it just sets up his teams for those trades. But okay, no purchase in for Mix. They're just going to be playing around that saved AWP. But Zerofix has invested quite a lot into this. So with only 2,400 loss bonus, Mix will not have an AWP in the next round unless they win the round or GXX saves that AWP. And speaking of him, after a ridiculously good start to Ancient, by and far away the best player, he's on 0 kills. And I don't know if that's going to change here. Close range with the AWP is never nice. Ooh, that's a big kill for Ryujin. Everyone on Mix has armor, so AK's been picked up, and in the 3 vs 4, still very dangerous. But Arcred, very similar to the previous round, freezing at the appropriate time, patching off Mix's over aggression, and now in the 5 vs 2, they just group up, and it looks like they're going to head towards the B bomb site, where the AWP is there. But is that a beneficial thing for Mix or Arcred? Because if GXX gets a kill and dies, it's just like, cool. There's no, no issue with that. And okay, doesn't even get a kill. So the worst case scenario is that he's chilling on 0 and 6, and he doesn't even get a single kill. Obviously, he's got 0 kills, but and he doesn't save the AWP, right? Also, that AK that Ryujin dropped has been thrown out. Fun fact, that was a really nice deagle shot. That molly just, I don't even know. He shouldn't be saving an AK here. That is a ridiculous shot from Red Zed. Ooh, Synopsy playing with fire. Lucky he was able to dodge his nades. But the issue with the economy right now for Mix is that in the last round, Arcred... Sorry, yeah, the issue is that Mix kind of bought a lot into the last round around that AWP. And I'm not sure if that was hugely beneficial because you have a Scout, you have a FAMAS now, and just no util at a minute left. There's 2 molos, a smoke, and 2 flashes. And now that smoke's been put in A main. So it'll block for now, but once that fades, that's basically it. So Arcred, if they play their cards, I mean, they equally don't have much util. If they play their cards correctly, or okay, I don't think anyone expected that. Unfortunate Zerofix. They just double walk through the smoke and A main. And Ryujin's also putting pressure from Pop Dog. He's also got Get Jekka there, and DSSJ is going to be throwing util. There's 3 defenders here for Mix. Good damage has already been applied to DSSJ and Red Zed. Finally, Red Zed's going to be put down. But GXX, who's yet to get a kill, is the final defender. And he finally does get one. He gets on the board. Doubles down even. Doubles his kills in one round. But doesn't matter. It's a gun round that goes awry. And Arcred, their T-sides this series have just been superb. That's a great opening kill. DSSJ is, to be honest, an AWPer that I criticize a lot for just maybe minimal impact. But so far he's actually... Impact has been really high this series, and obviously in that round with the opening kill. Will it all be in vain, however? Bombs in T-spawn, holding Ivy. Get Jekka and Ryujin. I'm scared. I'm very scared. That goes way too well. I don't know how Mix don't get a kill there. Get Jekka, firstly, just really magnificent for hitting both of those kills in pop. But the reason why that doesn't escape Arcred is because Ryujin has the utmost trust in Get Jekka to hold for pop as he... Wait, sorry, the bomb's gonna get denied. Lamau. Sorry, yeah, it's it doesn't matter, but it's really funny the bomb gets denied there. He just slipped the net. But when Ryujin gets swung from pop, he knows someone else is going to be fighting from either upper or lower. And the reason for that isn't just because he's super aware. I mean, he probably is. But every time Mix have gone for an aggressive play in pop, pistol, first gun round, etc., they've always had someone come from the B-bomb site. So Ryujin knows, I have to hold for this. He has all the trust in his teammate. And that's a really wonderful play that... You know, it's a low buy round, doesn't really matter, but it could definitely get overlooked. And it's back-to-back opening kills with GSSJ, but this one is so much more impressive as GXX was holding the angle, and he just gets his cranium cracked. It's just going so wrong for Mix. Red Zed killed himself. 1G. He mollows himself. Oh, bless his heart. But I don't know how much it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Synopsy should save, which is at least a benefit for Mix. They have something going for them in the last two rounds. But the next round should just be a low buy in preparation for the last round. Penultimate round of the half. Synopsy is the main scare factor right now. He's got that saved AK, but everyone around him's dying. So there's only so much he can do from this position. He does get one, but he needs to pull off a whole lot more than just that. Does catch Ryujin in an awkward position, but it doesn't matter. Ryujin really clinical there. And now Sceneri with a 5-7, he's being held for. And DSJ, he's just, he's plodding along with that 1 kill per round, but a super important kill every single time. And Arcred, yeah, this is kind of what I expected on going on to map 2 after the fact that they were able to win on Ancient, which was a very uncomfortable map for them. That was the counter pick for Mix, and yet it didn't even go in their favor. Another opening kill for the Orpa, may I add. He has got 3 opening kills in the last 4 rounds, and they've all been super high impact. This is the first kill, by the way, GXX has got in any meaningful manner. Mix have got the right idea, though. In this 3 vs 4, they've got 2 of the players over towards the B-bomb side. Sceneri's nade, a bit too early. That Molotov, very well placed. Forces Ryujin to run through the flames, and that is not a beneficial fight for the IGL. Arcred disengaged, though. And there's no one to meet them on the A side of the map, as GX actually rotated towards B. Synopsy, oh, that's such a sticky fight. And they're not going to expect the Orpa close behind them. 12 seconds left. DSJ on 46 HP. Gets overrun, and Mix at least get a final round before the half ticks over. But it's all, in my opinion, a little bit too little too late. Three rounds is what Mix have got to work with. The T side, how can they get the ball rolling potentially? Out towards A they go. DSJ only gets 1. That could have got hairy if he'd connected his shots. So 4 versus 4. Arcred have a kit and smoke on Get Jekka. They're going to be coming 3 through the Ivy position and back lanes. And then Rajin Lake Con. That 3 now dwindled down to 2. And 1 Flatro. He's actually going to pivot, and they're going to take control towards Connector. Rajin just swings to his grave, and Get Jekka a 1 versus 3, where it looks very improbable, especially when he's caught messing around with utilities. So it's the second pistol round for Mix, yet they only still currently sit on 4 rounds. A forced play out for Arcred, and this worked on their T side. So far, their meddling has caused a 4 versus 4. Get Jekka. That's just disgusting. And he gets out. Jix is going to hunt him down, but then he gets caught off from the connector player rotating him. He tunnel visions on to get Jekka, and that's going to be his downfall. This is just a repetition of the first half. Win pistol, looking good. Oh, we've lost the conversion. And putting it in the coffin, a scout headshot. DSG is having a fantastic, phenomenal map. 13-6. I don't think I've really seen a performance like this from him before. Really good sign. I really like what I'm seeing from him. And would you look at that? Another opening kill. This guy is just getting a stupid amount of opening kills. He's on 7 opening kills, if I'm not mistaken now. He's over 100 AR. And he's train his map. Like, okay, it's against pistols in this round, but still it's 7 in total across the last 15 rounds, which is he's almost got half the opening kills. Even though he's got the opening kill, though, Get Jekka really caught off there. Great timing being found from the T side to walk out heaven as they did. So a 4 versus 4, where Artcred is spiraling through CT and connector now. And these pistols, you know, there's only so much they can do. They don't really have any utility. So when the utility comes towards them, they just have to sit there. I think that was a good play from Mix to then take the fight to Artcred, get aggressive with those pistols, try and see if they can hit some nice headshots with the Tech 9s. Nothing lands in their favor. The bomb does go down, but it's 11 rounds for Artcred. Mix, what do they do here? Buy up again and just get Tech 9s and a Galil? Or do they try push for overtime? It looks like it's going to be the former, and it looks like they're going to be playing for a win in regulation, but it means that they're basically never in a position of safety. They're always going to be fighting from behind. Like, look, Galil's 3 Tech 9s. If they don't get bombed down, it's going to be a similar enough buy in the next round. Fast play out A. 3 players steaming out of Pop, and DSSJ, that is marvelous. By the way, that's an 8th opening kill. He's quite literally got half the opening kills in this game. And he doubles down this time. He doesn't even just get 1. He is having a really just quite superb performance. Rajin gets 4x3 and 0 fix. Oh my god. That was almost ridiculous. If he had an AK, Red Zed's dead there. But that, unfortunately, was not the case. He had a Galil, and Artcred now have 8 rounds to work with. This looks like we have found our 4th team to qualify through to the main Swiss. Unless Mix can pull off a crazy comeback, and that is the way to start it off. And Scenario doubles down. This is looking scary. It looks like we're going to be prolonged here a little bit. Okay, the pistols connect, and in a very clean manner as well. AWP gets saved, 2 primary rifles get saved. It's the first of 8 for Mix. is that success? Can they compound it? Mix are trying to fight and brawl out this A bomb site once more. DSJ's AWP is currently solo towards B, where it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get much action as one flat thrower is leading the troops out A. So, Arcron are fully now committed over here. TSJ is rotated over. Mix are just freezing. They've used all their utility, basically. And they're trying to contact their way forward. They need to be careful. It's a 3 versus 3. Remember, the AWP is here as well. Late Ivy play could be what changes their fortunes. They're not looking at Ivy. This lurk is spectacular from Sceneri. And he's able to silence not just one, but two. Red Zed. What a way this would be to end off the series, to eliminate Mix and to qualify for the main Swiss. And on 3 HP, Zero Fix denies. A dink is landed, but similar to Zero Fix's attempt at a clutch, if only he just had a better weapon. That is a very admirable attempt from Red Zed. And 3 HP is all that divides him and Glory. Oh, dude. It's time for ecos. Ooh, there's some nice shots on the Deagle. Zero Fix. Where's he looking? So it's 7 now for Mix. Once it was 8 in a row. Now it's only 5. That makes it look a little bit easier. Back on the rifles for Arcro, and they're playing with no aggression. They're letting Mix make the first move. And when they do, in the attempt of coming out A main, they just get blocked. Rasian, even though blinded, is still able to get the second. And he's not done. GXX does spam through the smoke, so there he goes down. But unfortunately, I think they've lost their opportunity. Now, this 2 versus 2 is all Mix have got to work with, and they are going to disengage. The execute did not go at all how they wanted it to. But they will at least be able to pivot, and no one is here to say hello. Get Jekka doesn't expect the AWP to be on that line so quickly. So even though Rasian gets a double out A main, it's a 5 versus 3. It's even a 3 versus 2 at one stage. Mix are crawling their way back in, and it's off the back of a pretty heroic play from GXX after a very slow game from him, and even spots out Red Zed. There's a kit for him to pick up, and a Mollo. That Mollo is going to force GXX out. Time's ticking down though. About a quarter left. Bombs planted for Sceneri. And Red Zed, he had one of 2 options, upper or lower, and he chooses the former. 4 rounds is now the difference. Overtime is certainly on the cards. Of course it might work on the SMGs though. Oh, of course. Of course it's when the SMGs come out. Ryujin, who was the hero of map 1, still at the top of the scoreboard for the whole server, has just overtaken DSSJ with a double on the MP9. He's been able to upgrade to an AK as another rifle to be collected as well for Get Jekka. But it still could go very poorly, as Arcred are kind of stuck around Pop and E-Box, but one Flatcher just takes that solo fight. It's another primary rifle to be brought into the hands of Arcred, as now Scenario and GXX in a 2 versus 4 for not only hopes in this map, but hopes in the series and in the whole goddamn tournament. They lose here, they're eliminated from CTT Series 6. They miss out on an opportunity of competing in that main Swiss. Alt being switched over. 2 HP on Scenario. They can isolate these duels. Arcred are playing very split up. 30 seconds. Time is of the essence, and they're going to confirm their positioning with Molotovs down. They don't clear Rajam. Bomb denied now is all remaining. 2 HP, and with MP9s, 5 kills all come through from the SMGs, and Arcred eliminate Mix. They go 2-0 in this series, and they are your 4th team to qualify out of the CCT Series 6 close qualifier. They link up with Reason Gaming, Copenhagen Wolves, and Eternal Fire, who all qualified later today, earlier today. Commiserations to Kono, Eyeballers, and Forza Reloaded, and obviously Mix just there. Forza actually had to forfeit, so a bit of an unfortunate situation for them. But that is the closed qualifier all wrapped up. Arcred, I'm really excited to see what they have to offer, because they're on an upper trajectory. Quarterfinals in Series 5, taking down the likes of Ents. They're going to have another tough road ahead of them. But this is going to be an exhilarating main Swiss, that is for sure. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Okej, hoppas. Ja, men vad. I min video eccetera. Vad kan det lova eccetera.